The quiet is not a void, it is abundant and filled, brimming with possibility, laden with promise, resplendent with metaphorical gold. Perhaps you sit here with a heart burdened by relentless effort. You have poured in long hours, pursued the next opening, the next contract, the next negotiation. You have experimented with affirmations, perhaps even with faith. And still, scarcity lingers like an unseen specter. Not because you are defective, nor because you failed, but because you were instructed to search in the wrong place and to labor in the wrong way. You were taught that wealth demands toil, sweat, struggle, and extraction, as if pulling a mythic sword from rock. Yet in reality, wealth was never absent. It was not lost or gone. It was simply concealed, covered by the lightest veil, awaiting not exhausting exertion, but your entry and acceptance. The storehouse stands already filled to overflowing, and the key precisely and powerfully is your spoken word. Imagine a great golden treasury not hidden underground, but suspended just beyond material sight in the unseen realm. It vibrates with sacred energy. It shines with the radiance of everything already concluded and perfected. Coins cascade in abundance. Jewels of opportunity and grace sparkle with clarity. Agreements are already sealed in spirit. Homes already exist in essence. Joy already belongs to you. The wealth is present here and now, yet it remains locked. And the lock responds to sound, to voice. It responds not to desperate pleading, but to the steady tone of authority and certainty. The vault is not pried open by hustle, nor persuaded by credentials. You speak with intention. You declare with conviction. You come into alignment. Then the door opens quietly, as though it had never been sealed in the first place. If you've ever felt like you're locked out of your own wealth, and oh, haven't we all at some point? Comment, "I'm ready to unlock the vault." For the opening is not achieved by external forces. It arises from the interior, from within you. Let us briefly return to an earlier point, to the familiar sensation you recognize all too clearly. You enter a shop and encounter something beautiful, clothing, artwork, or an experience, and immediately your words contradict your deeper self. "I can't afford that." That single phrase, the key that also becomes the lock. Or you long to exit a job that exhausts your spirit, yet your lips murmur, "I have no choice." Key, lock. You yearn for a life marked by ease, yet you voice, "Nothing comes easy for people like me." Key, lock. Every utterance turns the dial. Every sentence instructs the unseen. But what if you rotated the mechanism the other way? Suppose that when the thought appears, "I can't," you pause, breathe deliberately, and speak differently. "I am aligned with divine abundance. All that is mine now finds me effortlessly." Click. The tumbler shifts. Click. The vault attends. Click. The door starts to yield. What activates the vault is not the ferocity of your work, but the lucidity and certainty of your spoken declaration. As Florence Scovel Shinn stated emphatically, "Your word is your wand." We will address this more fully, but for the moment, hold this truth: you are not required to manufacture wealth from nothing. You need to articulate and affirm what already exists in principle. A living power courses through you continuously. A creative current flows generative and active. It moves upon the cadence and vibration of your spoken voice. When speech is driven by fear, that power constructs barriers and walls. When you speak from truth, the same power forms bridges that carry you forward. And immediately beyond that bridge, behind the unseen veil, past the spiritual doorway, you are taught to deny lies, your vault waiting, abundant, prepared, radiant. Take a moment here with me. Gently close your eyes. Can you sense the heavy presence of gold concealed just beyond the curtain? Can you perceive the light seeping around its edges? Can you hear the faint resonance of promises already fulfilled? Speak the following softly as though shaping a spell. I unlock the vault. My wealth is revealed. It is not far, it is here. It is not future, it is now. And with that declaration, the veil draws back. The vault swings open, and you recall clearly that you are never truly without. You are simply waiting to give voice to it. There comes a sacred, nuanced, and potent moment when a person realizes that their voice is not mere vibration, but invocation. That their speech does not merely portray reality, it actively designs and shapes it. Florence Scovel Shinn once wrote with the unadorned clarity of someone grounded in enduring truth, "A person knowing the power of the word becomes very careful of his conversation. He has only to watch the reaction of his words to know that they do not return void." Your word is your wand, a line that reads like verse yet arrives with the weight and certainty of prophecy. A wand neither debates nor supplicates. It neither scrambles nor implores. It simply issues a declaration. Speech is an act of sculpting. You shape unseen substance into concrete form, defining reality's outline not with metal tools, but with syllables, not through physical force, but through meaning. Picture a sculptor standing before an uncut block of marble. To a casual observer, it appears merely as a slab cold, dense, and imposing. Yet for the sculptor, it already contains the finished work. In essence, it is already a masterpiece waiting to be revealed. The artist does not create ex nihilo. They uncover what is latent within. Likewise, you are a sculptor, though not of stone, but of conditions and outcomes. Your instrument is not your hands, but your voice. Your lived experience is the marble block. Your spoken word functions as the chisel. Your vision is the inner flame that quietly insists there is something greater. Yet, as with any artistic practice, the quality of what you produce depends upon the clarity of your intention. Many people rise each day and unknowingly sculpt scarcity. I'm always broke. I never catch a break. Things never go my way. They assume they are simply venting. In reality, they are inventing proactively shaping outcomes. They are configuring the day's trajectory before it properly starts. Consider the following illustrative account. There was a woman, let us name her Mary Ann, who encountered this teaching repeatedly. She listened courteously and found it appealing, yet genuine belief had not yet taken root. She had fallen months behind on rent, felt exhausted, and maintained a guarded skepticism. Yet one morning, in a moment of sacred urgency, she resolved, "Let me attempt what I have never truly had the courage to embrace." Standing before her mirror trembling, she spoke audibly. "Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. I walk in divine favor. Checks flow into my life freely and often. I am divinely provided for." Initially, the statements felt empty. Nonetheless, she persisted in repeating them. On that first day, no observable change occurred. The following day, another bill arrived. She felt the impulse to react negatively, to spiral into anxiety, and to give language to fear. Yet something restrained her speech at the crucial moment. She went back to the mirror and repeated the declarations. By the third day, a message arrived from a relative long out of contact. "I felt led to help you. Expect something in the mail." 3 days afterward, a check appeared. Soon another followed, and then a refund she had entirely forgotten about. She laughed while crying, not because the funds themselves were ultimate. Rather, it was because she had brushed against a deeper spiritual principle. She realized her voice was not feeble. It was sacred. Her words were not mere reverberations. They were operative declarations. And if provision could be summoned by decree, what other realities had been waiting upon her speech? Understand that the spoken word does not petition. It brings one into alignment. It does not knock at the threshold. It crosses into the room. When conviction informs your speech, the unseen order reconfigures in response. Indeed, the power has always been present. Yet like a sheathed sword, it required you to draw it forth. Your voice is not a tentative proposal. It functions as a key wand and a directive command. Florence Scovel Shinn did not speak to gain applause. She spoke to catalyze awakening. She understood that spiritual principle responds not to sentimentality, but to precise articulation. Articulate exactly what you intend. Declare what you perceive spiritually, even when material evidence appears to contradict it. Speak from the stance of already being, and reality will conform. Do not postpone affirmation until your bank balance validates abundance. Declare it, and circumstances will elevate to correspond. Do not rely on external validation to affirm your value. Issue the decree, and the world will reorganize around your settled conviction. Your tongue operates like a writer's pen, poised and ready. What text, what reality will you compose today? Practice the following with me. I am the speaker of divine truth. My voice shapes miracles. Every word I utter aligns with abundance. Every sentence is soaked in spirit. I do not describe lack, I declare overflow. I do not echo fear, I announce faith. I do not ask permission, I walk in promise. Pause and breathe. Allow your own authentic language to surface. The words will emerge, provided you create space for them. Have you ever articulated something and then witnessed it manifest? Perhaps a parking place, an unexpected call, a position, or even a healing. Your account becomes evidence for another person. If you have observed your words take tangible form, share it in the comments. Voice it openly and claim it as your own. When you narrate your experience, you do more than recall it. You reinforce a template that others can follow. So tell us, have you ever brought something into being through speech? Have you witnessed the potency inherent in your words? For your voice was never designed to be timid or retracting. It was intended to be catalytic and transformational. Allow the world to hear your voice. And even more critically, allow yourself to hear your own declarations. Your word is your wand, and today you have recalled the way to use it effectively. Humanity has long carried a narrative murmured across generations. It is cloaked in perspiration, anxiety, and relentless overexertion. Repeated so frequently, it fades into the background like the air we inhale or the water a fish fails to perceive while immersed in it. The narrative is commonly summarized as follows: if you work hard enough, you'll make it. If you grind longer than everyone else, you'll win. If you sacrifice rest, joy, and presence one day, you'll be free. Yet this, despite its persistence, is not the truth. It is toil masquerading as moral excellence. It is fear dressed up as honor and worn like a commendation. It is the polished illusion of hustle, not genuine wisdom. And it does not reflect the path of divinely aligned wealth. Consider the countless nights spent staring upward, tallying hours and income the way a prisoner marks the days on a cell wall. How many weekends have been surrendered in exchange for what seemed like a little more security? How often has your inner voice murmured, "There must be another way," only to be muted by yet another task, an additional side hustle, or a fresh spreadsheet built on scarcity thinking? You've been conditioned to accept a system that measures personal worth by the level of exhaustion you can endure, a framework in which income is shackled to unending output. Within it, rest invokes guilt, and silence is interpreted as failure. Yet I offer this corrective reminder: you are not a subordinate bound to hustle's demands. You are fundamentally a child of spirit and source. And spirit never requires burnout as evidence of devotion. Deficiency is not your inherent nature, nor is compulsive hustling your authentic path, because true wealth has never hinged on accumulated hours. It has always turned on the depth of alignment. Let us pause thoughtfully at this point. Imagine yourself before a vast field, clutching a small, rusted, weighty watering can. You draw water from a far-off well, trek back, and moisten one small patch at a time, back and forth, sweating, straining, repeating, laboring the entire day, while the majority of the field remains parched. Yet directly beneath your feet lies an immense subterranean irrigation network, powerful, graceful, and divinely designed. With one switch, one act of alignment, the whole field springs into simultaneous bloom. Your purpose is not to spend your life hauling water. You are here to activate the flow and allow it to run freely. Florence Scovel Shinn did not exalt hardship. She named it accurately as a state of misalignment. She taught that a soul attuned to the divine and a word spoken with faith and precision prompt life to reorganize itself not by sheer exertion, but through evident demonstration. Therefore, let us consciously dismantle this falsehood. You have been told that wealth must be deserved, purchased through blood sacrifice and relentless toil. Yet divinely sourced wealth is not dispensed as a favor. It is claimed as a rightful inheritance. It is your birthright rather than a prize awarded for suffering. Consider a man, call him Elijah, who labored harder than nearly anyone. He put in 16-hour days, managed 3 ventures, and streamed productivity podcasts even in the shower. His life overflowed with planners and sticky notes, and underneath it all, a heart saturated with fear. Why? Because deep within, he believed scarcity lurked just beyond the next corner, and no volume of exertion could ever outrun that looming shadow. Eventually, his body failed, panic attacks, profound sleep loss, until a physician met his gaze and warned, "If you don't stop, your body will stop you." In the enforced stillness that followed, Elijah discerned a different, gentler voice. It spoke not in commands, but in steady reassurance. "You are already enough. You are already provided for. The supply does not reside in speed. It resides in surrender." He started to let go, first a few working hours, then a handful of clients, and eventually the foundational belief itself. Within the spaciousness that emerged, something surprising occurred. Opportunities began to locate and approach him. Clients extended larger engagements and offered more support. Ideas arrived easily in the quiet he allowed. Financial resources appeared with markedly greater ease. He was not merely doing less, he was operating from deeper alignment. He effectively annulled the inner contract that bound him to hustle. In its place, he entered a covenant characterized by overflow and ease. Let us now address these contracts, inscribed not on paper, but etched within thought. You may have formed one without realizing it. I must suffer to succeed. I must earn every dollar the hard way. If I'm not grinding, I'm falling behind. These statements are not truths, they are self-binding spells uttered once believed intensely and repeated without awareness. Yet every spell can be reversed and every contract can be revoked. Therefore, we enact that reversal now. Speak the following aloud. I break every spiritual contract that binds me to lack. I release the illusion of hustle. I align with divine ease, divine timing, divine wealth. I trust that what is mine flows to me freely. I do not chase, I attract. I do not strive, I align. Do you sense the softening and release within your body? Can you feel the old heaviness beginning to rise and lift away? The burden was never truly yours to carry. The yoke was never intended to be heavy. You are not on earth to prove your worth to an indifferent cosmos. You are here to remember that you are a vessel through which provision naturally flows. Scarcity is a falsehood. Hustle as an identity is a misleading illusion. Alignment is the substantive and enduring truth. You will still engage in work, yet the struggle will no longer define it. You may continue to labor, but it will be guided and led from within. Because when your speech carries divine authority, when your actions arise from spiritual certainty, when your voice aligns precisely with your vision, the resources of heaven respond and arrange accordingly. The entire field blossoms. The irrigation system activates and flows. The vault unlocks and opens, and the wealth arrives in due course. Thus, I ask you directly, are you prepared to destroy the old contract? To release the lie that insists suffering is the price of success? If yes, declare it in the space below. If you're ready to break the contract of lack, type, I release the hustle. I align with divine wealth. Speak it, type it, and allow yourself to feel it somatically. Because at the very moment of your declaration, heaven registers agreement, and the illusion collapses and dissolves. There is a voice, subtle, familiar, and persistent, that accompanies wealth's threshold, yet rarely crosses it. It murmurs precisely when decisions must be made. It recoils at the brink of courageous declarations. It trembles at the checkout screen, the investment commitment, the act of giving, and the moment of claiming. That voice bears a single name: fear. And fear, dear one, functions as the gatekeeper that keeps poverty in place. Not because fear surpasses faith in strength, but because fear often speaks first and loudest when you stand before abundance's gates. I can't afford it. What if it all goes away? I need to hold on to this just in case. I better not speak too soon. What if I'm wrong? Each time you allow fear to speak, a spiritual doorway swings closed, not as punishment from the universe, but because reality listens attentively, and it responds in obedience to the voice of your underlying belief. Florence Scovel Shinn expressed this principle with forceful clarity. Fear is man's only enemy. It is faith turned inside out. Fear diminishes the soul's voice and draws the curtain of scarcity across the window through which truth would otherwise shine. Yet the divine does not withhold or retract supply. It simply waits in poised readiness, waits for the interior shift to occur, waits for the moment you cease practicing fear and begin practicing faith, waits until your word changes attire from doubt's costume to decree's regalia. Allow me to share a moment from my personal path. There was an extended colorless season during which I feared even opening my bank account. Each login felt like confronting a wild, unpredictable creature. I would flinch, procrastinate, and catastrophize the outcome. And each time I muttered, I don't want to see it, the figures seemed to decrease, opportunities slipped away, and the pressure inexorably mounted. The reason was simple. I spoke not from grounded power, but from panic. Unwittingly, I had installed fear as my financial advisor. And fear has only one persistent recommendation: persistent lack. Yet one morning, an internal shift occurred. Tired of worry's weight, I whispered a new affirmation I am not afraid to see. I am safe in truth. I am supported at all levels. It was a modest declaration, hardly even a full sentence. Yet it proved sufficient. Sufficient to soften the grip of fear. Sufficient to nudge open the inner gates. Sufficient to perceive the next divine instruction. Bless what you see and speak what you desire. So I followed that instruction. Even when the balance read low, I declared, this is my starting point, not my sentence. Money multiplies under grace. I am rich in spirit, and spirit becomes substance. Gradually, circumstances began to shift and move. Checks arrived, ideas settled in, and courage returned to its seat. Not as a consequence of intensified labor, rather because I stopped hiding and met reality and truth. Understand that fear grows in silence and shadow, yet once you name it, face it, and speak beyond it, fear diminishes. Fear asks, what if you fall? Faith responds, what if I fly? Fear claims, this is all there is. Faith insists, this is only the beginning. Fear warns you better hold tight. Faith replies, give, and it shall be given unto you. So how should we engage this gatekeeping force? We address it by speaking beyond its limits, not through arrogance, but through steady, anchored knowing. Not by pretending, but by consciously proclaiming truth. We articulate statements such as, I am not afraid to prosper. I am not afraid to be seen. I am not afraid to rise. I am not afraid to declare my wealth before it arrives, because it already exists in spirit. Speak it now. Whisper it audibly. I am not afraid to prosper. Repeat it once more, this time with greater volume and conviction. I am not afraid to prosper. I walk through every gate with grace, for the gateway before you is not sealed. It has never truly been locked. It has been protected only by illusions, false images that dissolve when faced. Perfect love dispels and drives out fear entirely, and love resides within the integrity and truthfulness of the words you speak. Whenever your speech arises from alignment, fear's authority diminishes and loses its claim. Each declaration of provision dethrones fear and removes it from power. Let us affirm this together in unison. I do not serve fear. Fear does not rule my mouth, my money, or my mind. I speak from faith. I speak from truth. I speak from divine certainty. Doors open. Provision comes. Opportunities arise. I walk freely, joyfully, powerfully into all that is mine. And now allow yourself to pause deliberately. Inhale deeply and breathe the fullness of this moment. Envision fear not as a monstrous thing, but as a thin mist lacking substance. Observe it evaporate under the radiant sunlight generated by your spoken word. You no longer provide shelter or residence for it. You are a sanctuary and living temple of truth. Therefore, let me ask you directly, which fear-rooted phrase will you permanently retire and refuse to utter again? Which old statement will you lay to rest in this very moment without delay? Share it below and release it fully. Let it go. Then voice its replacement, issue your new decree with clarity and strength. For today, the self-appointed gatekeeper moves aside and relinquishes its post. And you proceed not with trembling, but with unmistakable triumph. Fear holds no power or dominion in this space. Only faith stands present and active. Only love remains and operates here. only your spoken word and the wealth that it uncovers and makes visible. There is a stance the world has made common and acceptable, a head bent downward in submission, a hope kept small and quiet, scarcely voiced, a hushed plea, "Please let me have enough." This is the posture adopted by a beggar. Not a person devoid of spirit, but one who has forgotten their rightful position within divine order. And still, beneath that lowered head, there rests a crown, unseen yet present. Perhaps it is dust-covered, overlooked, misplaced, and neglected. Yet it remains present, unchanging, and perpetual. For you were never designed or destined to beg. You were created to decree with authority. Florence Scovel Shinn articulated this with unwavering clarity and truth. Man must prepare for the thing he has asked for when there isn't the slightest sign of it in sight. And how should one prepare? Not through panic and not through frantic striving. Rather, by adopting the right inner posture and stance, by employing deliberate, aligned speech, with the deep knowing of one who moves not as a servant of scarcity, but as an heir to divine wealth. There comes a moment, a sacred pivot, when the soul lifts itself from its knees, not from arrogance or pride, rather from awakened awareness and remembrance. It stands upright and declares, "I am not asking permission to prosper. I am receiving what is already mine." It sets aside the worn cloak of desperation and clothes itself in a robe of royalty. It speaks with the voice of lineage and inheritance, not with the tone of lack. Now let us move into an illustrative story. A woman, let us call her Alina, had become accustomed to minimizing herself. She had long carried the labels the good one, the grateful one, and the low-maintenance one. She made few requests and rarely asked for more. In secret, she believed this restraint made her especially virtuous or holy. Yet inwardly, a fire burned intensely. For freedom, for beauty, and for something more expansive. Still, she told herself, "I should be thankful for what I have. Who am I to ask for more?" She voiced her requests in a whisper, as if timidly knocking at heaven's back door. Until one day, a spiritual mentor posed a pivotal question. Do you believe the universe is your source or your superior? That question broke something open within her, shattering an old framework. Alina recognized she had been approaching the divine as if it were a reluctant boss rather than a generous creator. She had been pleading with the universe rather than partnering and co-creating with it. Therefore, she chose to make a decisive internal shift. The following morning, she lit a candle and stood tall. She did not beg, she declared, "I am the heir of divine provision. I walk in wealth not because I am better, but because I am aligned. I speak with the voice of inheritance, not inadequacy. I claim what is mine. I expect good. I command overflow." Initially, it felt awkward, grandiose, even bordering on inauthentic. Yet her inner spirit resonated like a precisely struck tuning fork. It rang out an inner yes, clear and affirmative. Within mere weeks, her external life began to reflect the inner authority she had claimed. New clients appeared and reached out. Her rates rose, meeting no meaningful resistance. She received the gift of a luxurious retreat experience. Opportunities opened not due to begging, but because she stood in belonging and rightful place. Understand that the transformation from a beggar's posture to an heir's stance is not a matter of greed or excess. It concerns identity and rightful alignment. It centers on identity, who you know yourself to be at the deepest level. A beggar operates from mere hope, tentative and uncertain. An heir functions from knowing, settled, confident awareness. A beggar waits passively for leftovers and crumbs from the table. An heir actively prepares for the banquet, anticipating fullness. A beggar's language is, "I don't deserve much." An heir's declaration is, "I am in right standing with the laws of abundance." You are doing more than requesting provision. You are taking your place within a lineage, a continuum of inheritance. The divine shows no favoritism or partiality, yet it consistently responds to alignment and congruence. And alignment entails the following: speaking from your rightful seat of personal and spiritual authority, issuing declarations as one seated upon a throne of inheritance, walking, speaking, and living as one who recognizes that the inheritance is already established and recorded. It is not merely on its way, it is present here and now. It is not conditional or tentative, it is yours unequivocally. Therefore, what will you choose to declare today? Affirm the following with me: I speak not as a servant of fear, but as an heir of fortune. I do not chase, I command. I do not wait, I welcome. I do not plead, I proclaim. I am aligned with divine supply. I take my seat at the table. I wear my crown with reverence. I move through life with the dignity of divine abundance. This stance is not delusional. It is intentional design aligned with spiritual law. It is not arrogance. It is heightened awareness of your true position. This is not mere fantasy. It is faith put into articulate action. With that in mind, envision the following scene: a vast hall with marble floors, sunlight streaming through stained glass, and angelic presences lining the corridor. At the far end, there stands a throne, your rightful throne. You approach it slowly and reverently. Even the atmosphere seems to change. You take your seat and you speak with authority. And your spoken word functions as law within your sphere, not as domination over others, but as governance over your own life. Not from coercive control, but through cooperative co-creation with the divine. This is the seat that belongs to you. This is the authentic voice that is yours to use. This is your appointed time to speak and to stand. Make the declaration now without delay. State your spiritual title openly in the comments: I am the heir of divine provision, and allow the universe to rise in response to your decree. Not because the universe finally hears you, but because you finally hear and believe yourself. You were never designed to beg or plead. You were designed to speak with authority and clarity, to reign within your domain, to rise into your full stature and purpose, to unveil the wealth that has in truth always been yours. There exists a sacred resonance that the universe invariably responds to. It is not the sound of need or desperation, nor is it the sound of hesitant waiting. It is the unmistakable sound of now present tense certainty. It is the sound of a soul speaking from fulfillment, neither hoping nor hesitating, but knowing. For when you speak as though it is already completed, you summon the unseen into visible form. You collapse time's illusion, compressing delay into immediacy. You become the living echo of a truth that already exists in spirit. Florence Scovel Shinn articulated this law clearly. Faith knows it has already received and acts accordingly, not at some indefinite future point, not only once the money appears, not merely when numbers match and align, rather now. Here is the core mystery of manifestation. You must speak from the reality you intend, not merely from what your eyes presently perceive. Allow me to illustrate what such speech sounds like in practice. Not I hope to be prosperous, but rather, I am already prosperous. Not one day I'll be free, but instead, I am walking in divine freedom now. Not, maybe I'll attract the right opportunity, but all that is aligned with me is arriving now, effortlessly under grace. You do not sit idly awaiting external confirmation. You become the confirmation through your stance and speech. You do not postpone action until evidence appears. You yourself become the evidence through embodiment. There is a woman, her name is unimportant, yet her insight matters. She longed for a new home, having lived in cramped quarters, sharing space and folding her dreams into corners. She made vision boards and prayed diligently, yet no change materialized. Until one day she encountered this pivotal phrase, "Speak as if it's done." She chose to do exactly that. She began declaring, "My home is beautiful, not will be, but is." She described the kitchen out loud, lit candles for a not yet existing living room, and bought towels for a bathroom she had not yet beheld. She even told friends, "I'm moving soon." They were puzzled and asked, "Did you find a place?" "No," she replied with a smile. "But it already exists. I'm simply catching up to it." Within a month, a friend provided a connection. A landlord agreed without a credit check, and keys were in her hand before she fully grasped the sequence. Because the universe does not require prior proof from you. It waits for your present tense permission, your decisive, now-centered yes. This practice is not an exercise in pretending. It is prophetic declaration speaking the truth ahead of visible evidence. And with every utterance of, "It is done," you synchronize with the energetic frequency of completion. You transmit a spiritual signal, "I trust the invisible. I walk as though it is mine." Therefore, let us speak now, not from longing, but from accomplished reality. Close your eyes if circumstances allow. Take a deep, steadying breath. Envision yourself seated at the table of abundance. Sense the tactile texture of ease and comfort. Hear the gentle laughter of wealth moving through your life. Know as real the state of already having rather than waiting. And then declare the following, "I live in wealth now. My accounts are full now. My needs are met now. My desires are unfolding now. Money moves to me now. I rest in the reality of already. It is mine. It is done. It is here." This is not childish make-believe. This is the practice of making real, bringing forth into form. For the instant your words proceed from the destination, your path begins to reorganize to meet that endpoint. Then daily life starts to feel noticeably different. You stop saying, "I need." You begin saying, "Thank you for." You cease focusing on what is absent. You discuss what is presently manifesting. You do not rise each morning to chase money anxiously. You awaken to receive it with calm expectancy. The shift is subtle, yet its effects are transformative. You address your finances as entities already responsive to your voice. You speak to your home as though it already hears and answers. You speak to your life as if it is already overflowing with good. Practice in vignettes, small sacred scenes of intentional speech. I love driving my new car. It's so smooth. My bank account just keeps increasing. It feels divine. Every time I spend, I receive double. I am in rhythm with increase. My clients love to pay me. It's joyful, easy, and aligned. My life feels so beautiful. I'm grateful every day. And if your mind resists, if doubt murmurs, stop pretending. Your response is, "This isn't pretending. This is positioning. This is not delusion. This is declaration. I speak as if it's done, because in spirit it already is." At that very moment, the inner shift takes place. Your personal timeline bends toward fulfillment. Your energy expands to carry the outcome. The vault opens in response, and the world rises and rearranges to meet your spoken word. Therefore, I ask you now, can you sense the reality as already accomplished? Can you feel the gentle joy of having the restful ease of receiving the smile of spirit whispering, "Welcome home"? If so, allow it to be heard openly. Declare it immediately, not later, not only when appearances improve, now. If you can sense it as already completed, comment, "It is mine now." Speak it aloud, anchor it within, and repeat it consistently. Because when you speak from a state of done, the doing becomes infused with the divine and flows with grace. You are not in a posture of waiting. You are remembering what is already yours. You are not merely asking. You are activating and initiating. It is yours by alignment. It is now in present tense reality. It is done, established, and complete. A sacred framework underlies every authentic manifestation of wealth, ancient and timeless as the stars, yet as fresh as this morning's breath. It is the cadence of divine demonstration, unfailing because it is inscribed into the invisible laws of abundance. Like all divine rhythms, it moves through 4 distinct stages, 4 sacred pillars: declare, rest, obey, receive. These 4 pillars are not optional tips, they form the very architecture of manifestation. Omit one, and the structure shakes. Embrace all, and wealth pours in like rain onto receptive soil. Let us proceed together slowly and gently through each pillar. Declare is the first illumination, the match that ignites within darkness. Until you explicitly declare your desire, the universe has no directive. God does not fulfill vague wishes, but responds to clear words. "Let there be light" was the primal declaration, and thus light came forth. Within manifestation, your spoken word is the initiating spark. The greater its clarity, the stronger and steadier the flame it kindles. A woman weary of barely surviving stood before her mirror and declared, "I receive $10,000 for my gifts now. Not next month, not someday now." She repeated the statement daily, maintaining eye contact with herself unflinching. Within 21 days, an unfamiliar client contacted her offering $10,000 for a consulting package she had previously only envisioned. Why did it happen? Because she dared to declare with precision and conviction. Next arrives the pillar of rest. This often confounds the logical mind. Shouldn't I be hustling? Shouldn't I do more? Yet spiritual law is unresponsive to frantic energy. It responds to steady faith. Rest is not idleness. It is alignment. Rest is the trust that what you declared is in motion. As a farmer refuses to dig up a seed to check its progress, you likewise refuse to disturb the unfolding of your good. Another person, after declaring financial healing, intentionally rested in trust. Bills accumulated, yes, but she refused panic. She occupied her peace as though seated upon a throne. The very next week, a long-forgotten debt was repaid suddenly and in full. Obey is the subtle directive that comes after rest. At this stage, the divine whispers, "Go there, call this person, or apply now." These prompts seldom make linear, logical sense. The law does not seek logic's permission. It operates through divine alignment and timing. A man declared, "I live in abundance now." 2 days later, he felt an unusual nudge to visit a bookstore he had not entered in years. There, he met a woman who introduced him to an investor, altering the trajectory of his business. Had he ignored that whisper, the miracle would have passed him by. And finally comes the 4th pillar, receive. Countless people declare desires and even obey inner promptings, yet keep their hands closed. This is the tragedy born of pride or unworthiness. The gift arrives, but they refuse to receive it. Receiving is the act of saying yes, yes to blessing, to support, and to flow. It is not arrogance, it is humility, acknowledging that reception occurs not by force, but by grace. A client once wept as she confessed, "I realized I didn't feel worthy to receive. I spoke the words, yet I blocked my good." The instant she affirmed, "I am open, I am ready," her inbox chimed. 3 new clients arrived. She laughed through tears. The law had been waiting solely for her openness. Thus, here is the essence. Dear one, declare. Speak the word with unflinching boldness. Rest, trust with the confidence of a tree trusting the rain. Obey, follow the subtle whisper, no matter how unusual it seems. Receive, open your hands, and answer yes. These 4 constitute the pillars, the sacred formula of manifestation, not as a one-time ritual, nor reserved for the already wealthy, but for you right now. The law is impartial. It responds to belief expressed through obedient action. Pause at this juncture. Take a breath. Reflect on which pillar you most need to embody. Do you declare weakly, fear the rest phase, dismiss the nudges, shrink back from receiving? Set aside shame. Invite only honest revelation. Each pillar stands ready for you to lean in and practice. Now let us move more deeply into the first principle. In the beginning was the Word, not the deed, not the thought, but the Word. Therefore, it begins with you and your speech. You co-create your experience, and your primary instrument is your tongue. Declaration is not a mild suggestion to the universe. It is the ignition key, the sacred activation, the voltage that flips the unseen circuit and energizes the pathway toward manifestation. A whisper can soothe, but a declaration commands and directs. Many say, "I want more money," yet wanting is passive. It waits and wavers. Declaring, by contrast, wages war on doubt enough. My word is law. I declare my supply. I knew a woman who lived in persistent scarcity, each month just enough. She prayed and labored diligently, yet her language carried hopeful tones rather than authority. One day, exhausted, she chose a radical approach. Standing on her porch with arms outstretched, she declared, "I now receive $7,000 a month with grace and ease. It is mine. It is done." Neighbors stared. Even birds seemed to pause. The very air felt attentive. She did not whisper timidly. She issued a clear declaration. From then on, she wrote it, spoke it, even sang it to her steering wheel, to her mirror. A curious shift began: unexpected refunds, referrals from former clients, and a friend inviting her to teach a workshop, with $2,000 paid up front. Within 2 months, her income aligned with the declaration, not as a one-off, but consistently, because her words carved out a new experiential reality. Declaration is not a magic trick. It operates according to spiritual law. When you declare, you summon divine order to reconfigure circumstances around your word. You do not merely hope for money, you declare it. You do not wish for clients, you declare their arrival. You do not ask the world to bless you, you declare that you are already blessed. This stands as the first pillar precisely because nothing initiates until you move your mouth and speak. Envision this scene: you stand in a room of complete darkness. All of your abundance is present, poised and available, yet concealed from view. On the wall sits a switch free of mood or bias, simply inert and waiting to be engaged. You extend your hand toward it. Click. That moment captures what declaration is: the very act of flipping the switch that proclaims, "Let there be light." And in response, illumination arrives. Attend closely. To declare is not to supplicate. It is not to beg, nor to weaken your words with qualifiers like if it's meant to be. Spiritual law does not respond to vague, ambiguous language. It answers precise articulation and clear specificity. You need to state clearly and explicitly what you want, articulating your desire in undeniable terms. Indicate the timing, specify the exact when defining the moment of fulfillment. Describe the felt experience, convey precisely how it will feel in your body and mind, and make plain the reason, the purpose, and completion behind why it is already accomplished. Consider these sample decrees utterances powerful enough to shift obstacles like mountains. I now receive $12,000 a month from divine channels, expected and unexpected. I am supplied in full. Clients who value my work are drawn to me now. I am fully booked with grace. My wealth flows without worry. I give and receive with joy. Can you sense the cadence, the steady rhythm pulsing through these words? Do you notice the certainty, the unmistakable tone of assurance embedded within them? This is the heartbeat of spiritual authority. When your speech carries this vibration, the seen and unseen realms reorganize to fulfill it. Now let us meet and answer the inner voice of doubt that may attempt to surface. But what if I don't believe it yet? Dear one, belief expands as your word proceeds. Faith testifies to what is yet unseen. You do not postpone for confidence, you speak consistently until confidence awakens and takes root. You sow the seed long before the tree becomes visible to your eyes. Therefore declare regardless, speak it forth anyway. Utter it even if your voice trembles and your hands shake. Speak it through tears if necessary, allowing emotion without surrendering your decree. Voice it with knocking knees and an uncertain heart, refusing to retreat from your declaration. Because the spoken word precedes the emotional state, power accumulates through repetition. Keep declaring until your inner world aligns and catches up. Picture a matchstick. The first strike may sputter, yet with steady pressure and persistence, the flame inevitably ignites. Hence my instruction, write your declaration. Speak it upon waking at midday and again before you sleep. Let these words become your daily rhythm, occupying the very spaces where fear once murmured. Join me in affirming aloud the following statements. I am the vessel of divine wealth. I declare only what I desire. My words are charged with power. What I speak appears. What I claim comes. I declare money flows to me in divine right ways. I am not waiting, I am claiming. I am not hoping, I am declaring. And it is done. And it is done. And it is done. Take a deep breath, inhale fully, and exhale slowly. Sense your very cells recalling and resonating with this innate power. Hear this sacred principle. The law answers clarity without hesitation, while ambiguity invites postponement and delay. State the exact number, declare the specific outcome, and name the energetic frequency. When the woman on the porch declared $7,000 a month, she did not say enough to get by or more than now. She chose precision out of respect for the governing law. Therefore, I ask you directly now, what exact decree are you issuing? What are you choosing to declare? Will you articulate it with boldness and unwavering tone? Are you willing to appear foolish to the logical mind in order to remain faithful to spiritual law? Your declaration inaugurates your demonstration. It initiates the unfolding of results. Do not postpone until conditions shift. Your declaration is precisely what compels conditions to change. Thus speak it now without delay, right here in this present moment. Allow your voice to activate the provision already prepared and waiting for you. State down to the exact figure the income you are declaring. Be courageous and precise. Remember, the law responds to clarity. Following your declaration arrives a sacred, quiet, divine stillness. Rest, enter the calm, steady posture of trust. This is not laziness or absence of action, but a spiritual stance of trust, a confident stillness that affirms it is done. I do not need to force anything. Rest forms the second pillar of manifestation. Without it, your decree is metaphorically uprooted. Many proclaim boldly, yet spend hours or days undoing their words through worry. Rest is the fertile soil that nurtures and sustains the growth of your declaration. Think of the metaphor of a garden, let it guide your understanding. A gardener plants the seed and then steps away, not from apathy, but from faith. She does not dig the soil hourly to check progress, nor does she scold the ground. She waters, believes, and rests, because she understands that true growth occurs beneath the surface out of sight. The same sacred dynamic applies to you and your manifestations. When you announce, "I now receive $10,000, the substance of that word begins forming in the unseen. Behind the veil, doors align. People feel prompted, opportunities awaken. Yet if you declare and then doubt, you metaphorically unearth the seed. Rest is the disciplined refusal to sabotage your own harvest in progress. A man once confessed, "Each time I declared I felt empowered, yet by the next day, I checked my bank account hourly filled with anxiety." I responded, "You are behaving like a farmer who shouts at the soil. You are not resting. You are wrestling against the process." He laughed at the insight, and then tears came as the truth settled in. Therefore, we began practicing a new rhythm together intentionally and consistently. Each time fear appeared, he substituted it with truth, saying, "I rest because the law works." He stopped trying to figure it out. Instead, he rested, took walks, watched comedies, offered advanced gratitude, and meditated on the desired outcome rather than the obstacle. Within a single month, an unforeseen opportunity brought him a bonus equal to the entire income he had desired. Rest became the decisive turning point, the pivot that transformed his trajectory. Now let us gently settle into this inner stance, softening our edges and easing ourselves into a receptive posture. Inhale slowly and fully, then exhale, allowing all tension to release and drain away from your body and mind. Picture yourself beside an expansive garden. You have sown long rows of golden seeds, your spoken declarations. You feel the steady earth beneath your feet and inhale the subtle fragrance of promise in the air. Even though no fruit is visible yet, you find yourself smiling, confident in what is unfolding. Because you carry a settled knowing the growth is underway even if your eyes cannot yet witness it. Repeat aloud with me, letting the words anchor within. I rest in the rhythm of divine timing. I have spoken the word, and the word does not return void. I rest because God is not in a hurry. I rest because what is mine cannot be lost. I rest because the law is faithful. I trust the unseen. I embrace the pause. My faith is my fertilizer. It is done. I let it come. Let the calm carried by those statements soak in like warm sunlight, resting gently upon your skin and settling your nervous system. A gentle caution to people conditioned by hustle rest can look like passivity. They may challenge you. Shouldn't you be doing more? You'll smile, grounded in the truth that real power isn't frenzied. It is concentrated, faithful, and steady in purpose. Moreover, rest does not mean doing nothing. It means carrying a quiet, composed peace inside your actions, letting serenity accompany every step you take. You still respond to messages and handle practical tasks. You still heed sacred promptings, moving when the inner whisper guides you to move. Yet you proceed while holding a deep, unwavering knowing that your provision is already approaching and unfolding. It resembles dining at a fine restaurant. You place your order and do not storm the kitchen or berate the server. You sit with ease, sip your water, talk with companions, and wait confident the chef is preparing your meal to arrive at the right moment. Consider this. Can you believe that God sets a table for you even while scarcity appears nearby, provision arranged right in the face of lack? Yes, that confident assurance is precisely what true spiritual rest feels like. There was a woman who, after months of striving, finally released control. She voiced aloud, "God, I rest. I have done my part. I receive by grace." She devoted the weekend to nature and quiet, choosing stillness, breathing trust, and letting peace recalibrate her. Upon returning to her inbox Monday morning, she discovered 3 unexpected payments already credited and waiting for her attention. She cried less from the sums received and more from the revelation that peace itself had opened the way and made room for provision. Therefore, dear one, I extend this invitation: step into your rest intentionally and without reservation. If you have spoken your decree, choose to trust its unfolding. If your word has gone forth, allow yourself to settle into calm certainty. If you have asked, set your table as one who expects to be served. Rest is not optional. It is sacred practice and necessary nourishment for manifestation. Because in the space of rest, you shift into magnetism rather than begging. You attract rather than chase. Within rest, your energetic frequency rises, your spirit becomes steady, and the wealth already assigned to you starts to arrive in forms you can see and touch. Therefore, pause. Here, come back to your breath and your body. Gently lay your hand over your heart center to anchor this intention. Softly tell yourself, I am safe to rest. My wealth is already unfolding. Allow that assurance to guide your pace and become your rhythm throughout the day. Let the calm you carry become evidence piece as the living proof of your faith in motion. In every path of manifestation, a pivotal instant arrives when the quiet of your resting posture is gently interrupted by a subtle inner whisper. The voice is not booming or obvious. It seldom conforms to linear logic or conventional reasoning, yet its guidance is unmistakably clear and precise. This is the sacred inner nudge, the soft directive from the deeper source within. The third pillar is obey, the disciplined practice of responding to divinely inspired instruction, even when it challenges your intellect, particularly when it appears to contradict your current understanding. The law functions not by cerebral analysis, but by energetic and spiritual alignment. You can declare and you can rest. However, if you disregard the subsequent directive, your harvest is postponed and progress slows. Obedience forms the bridge that spans from your spoken word to the tangible outcome you are destined to witness. Consider this illustrative story. A woman, she was a coach, had declared the $20,000 months and entered rest with trust. One morning, while driving, she sensed an unusual internal prompt. Go to the cafe on 9th Street. At first, she dismissed it. It seemed illogical. She had emails to write and a schedule demanding attention. Yet the inner whisper continued repeating, go. Therefore, she chose to obey and follow the nudge. At the cafe, she ordered tea and took a window seat. Within minutes, a man from her professional network, absent from her life for 2 years, entered. They exchanged greetings. He inquired about her current projects. Before their conversation ended, he invited her to facilitate a corporate training, compensated at precisely her monthly target, $20,000. Had she dismissed the nudge, the opportunity would have passed. The law aligned the pieces, but her obedience was the activator that unlocked the outcome. Understand, divine impulses rarely shout or demand attention. They arrive as quiet whispers. They often appear as subtle urges to contact someone, alter your route, share a post, or submit an application. They won't always fit logical expectations. They seldom resemble what the world would label strategic. The spiritual realm does not revolve around strategy. It revolves around timely obedience. Moreover, obedience is not about self-sacrifice. It is about precise alignment with guidance. It is the act of aligning yourself to the flawless unfolding of your manifestation. Let us pause briefly here for reflection. Look back over your recent experiences. Have you sensed that quiet inner pull before? Perhaps as a persistent thought, a vivid dream, or a gentle quiet knowing? And when it came, did you follow through? Or did analytical logic persuade you to ignore it? Consider an artist who declared that clients would arrive with ease and frequency. One morning, he felt prompted to share a photo of an unfinished sketch online, something that felt awkward since he never posted work in progress. Still, the inner prompting was compelling. He chose obedience and posted it. Within an hour, an art collector wrote, "I love this. I'll pay for the original when it's done." That purchase opened the door to additional sales, and even more importantly, it cultivated new confidence in his intuition. For obedience steadily deepens faith and strengthens trust in guidance. Let me state this plainly. Obedience is less about securing reward and more about entering resonance with divine frequency. It attunes your inner being to the wavelength where miracles become ordinary. It communicates to the universe, "I am listening, available, and aligned." Consequently, the law flows most freely wherever alignment is present. Repeat these affirmations with me now. I am sensitive to divine instruction. I do not delay obedience. I trust the whisper more than the world. I follow even when I do not fully understand. I am always in the right place at the right time. My obedience opens doors. My obedience accelerates supply. My obedience is worship. Now please listen carefully. At times, obedience will challenge and stretch your comfort zone. It might require releasing something outdated, a limiting belief, an old habit, or even a client whose energy no longer aligns. Sometimes this obedience will confront your pride or self-image. It may nudge you to seek help or to experiment with something unfamiliar. Yet with each act of obedience, you activate the next segment of your provision and path. Obedience composes the living rhythm of trust in motion. Its posture says, "I may not see the destination, but I trust the one who leads." You are not indulging random whims. You are consenting to a divinely orchestrated sequence. A man shared, "I repeatedly heard, 'Check your junk folder.' It seemed silly, but I finally did and found a partnership offer from a brand I had dreamed about." He laughed and added, "God's inbox is never late." Dear one, your guidance may appear small and unglamorous, yet it will be exact precisely what is needed. When the inner nudge arrives, respond with an immediate yes. When you sense prompting, follow without delay. Remember, you are never walking alone. You participate in a complex choreography of grace and favor, moving on your behalf. Each obedient step carries you further into that divinely timed dance. Let us affirm these lines together. Right now I move when Spirit says move. I stop when Spirit says stop. I listen to the still, small voice. I act without fear. I obey and the way is made clear. I obey and the windows of heaven open. I obey and provision flows. So pause here again briefly. Turn inward and ask for guidance. What action is Spirit prompting you to take right now? Is it to place a call, to write the message, the proposal, the page, to adjust your rate to match your worth, to finally say yes to what you have postponed? If so, do it. Take the step. Proceed without hesitation or second guessing. Act with clean intent. To declare is to send your instruction into motion. To rest is to anchor yourself in trust. To obey is to bring yourself into precise alignment. And to receive, dear one, means to open fully and say yes. Many people travel the manifestation path dutifully through the first 3 pillars. They make bold declarations. They quiet their inner world. They heed the subtle promptings. Yet when the good finally appears, they falter. They interrogate it. They contract. With hands to their chest, they whisper, "Is this truly meant for me?" In that instant, the current that had been moving toward them stalls, not due to vanishing supply, but because their hands, their spirit, and receptivity are closed tight. Receiving is the sacred stance of open hands and an open heart, the posture that signals willingness to accept what has arrived. Envision yourself standing under a sky thick with rain. The clouds laden with the answers to your prayers are poised to release. Yet your hands, your inner being, must be open to receive, to feel the blessing land, and to hold it without resistance. A woman affirmed her worthiness. She settled into rest. She followed a sacred prompting to propose a new service. Then a client responded with an immediate yes. "I'll pay you $5,000 for this." Do you know what nearly happened next? She nearly countered with a reduced price. She almost felt compelled to defend and rationalize her fee. She almost apologized for requesting what she had declared, because she had not yet fully learned the art and discipline of receiving. She noticed the pattern. She paused for a breath. Then, choosing differently, she softly said, "Thank you. I receive." In that precise moment, the spiritual law completed its circuit and fulfilled itself. It was the final click, the last tumbler sliding into position. The declaration had already manifested. Her willingness to accept the outcome freely is what completed the energetic and spiritual circuit. This is the often overlooked art of manifestation. Receiving means trusting that you deserve the good you have spoken. It is not passive, it is an active sacred surrender. It marks the moment when grace is welcomed rather than resisted. Do not confuse this posture with arrogance. Receiving is not entitlement, it is true humility. It proclaims, "This comes not by my force, but through divine alignment." I honor that alignment by accepting fully. A man once shared, "I prayed for provision. Then I received an unexpected bonus at work, but I kept repeating, 'It's likely a mistake. I shouldn't touch it.'" That hesitation was not discernment. It was subtle resistance masquerading as caution. He had made the request, and the answer had arrived. Yet his internal scarcity reflex attempted to reject what he had called in. When he ultimately surrendered to receiving not only the funds, but the belief that he had permission to be blessed, everything began to shift in his favor. He ceased pushing provision back with suspicion and doubt. And then it began arriving in waves, steady, generous, undeniable. Receive this truth clearly. The capacity with which you receive sets the volume and scale of your manifestation. You may declare with blazing fire. You may rest with deep peace. You may obey with courageous precision. But unless you are willing to give a wholehearted yes, the good will hover nearby, waiting unclaimed. Receive by offering a genuine, unambiguous yes. Receive by practicing open gratitude that anchors the blessing. Receive by celebrating even small beginnings, which expands your capacity. Yes, especially when the gift appears small or modest. Even if it is only a single dollar or a tiny sign of movement. Say yes. Bless what arrives. Welcome it completely into your life. For the way you receive the little trains you for how you will carry and steward the great. Let us affirm together with steady conviction, I am open to receive. I am worthy to receive. I receive with grace, with joy, with ease. I do not delay my good. I do not doubt my blessing. I receive now, fully, freely. I open my hands. I open my heart. And the windows of heaven pour upon me. Now take a sacred pause. Visualize vividly, let the image rise and settle. Your arms stretched wide in welcome. Your palms turned upward toward the sky. Your heart soft, unguarded, and receptive. Your face lifted, bathed in warm, generous light. And overhead, the floodgates open and release their abundance. Feel the rain of abundance descending, gentle yet steady, like love itself, as though heaven had been waiting patiently for your yes. Breathe this reality in deeply. Let it saturate your awareness. This is your rightful inheritance, your spiritual birthright. You are not required to earn it by strain or suffering. You need only allow yourself to receive it openly and completely. No more deflecting compliments or minimizing praise. No more shrinking back from your own prices or value. No more sidestepping kindness offered to you. Say yes clearly and calmly. Say thank you with sincere appreciation. Say I receive with full presence and acceptance. Right here and right now in this very moment. Because grace has already spoken its yes over you. Faith is not a brief lightning strike. It is the steady, dependable beating of a drum. It is not a one-time spectacle. It is an everyday rhythm practiced consistently. In manifestation, repetition is not needless repetition. It is holy remembrance and alignment. It is how you cut new grooves into your inner world so that the law can move through you without obstruction. This is the culminating movement in the formula's unfolding. You have issued your declarations. You have entered rest and held it with trust. You have practiced obedience to sacred instruction. You have learned to receive with open hands and heart. Now comes the charge: sustain the vibration and keep it alive. Let your spoken words become the recurring drumbeat that scores your daily life. For the true adversary of wealth is not lack, but forgetfulness, forgetting who you are and what you have declared. The world will tempt you to forget your power. Bills will attempt to shout louder than blessings. Headlines will try to rattle your vision. Yet with a daily rhythm of declaration, nothing external can erase what has been inscribed within. Faith is a repeating cadence, a rhythm that steadies you. A sacred cadence, precise and sustaining. Each time you repeat your word, your frequency clarifies your mind, aligns your emotions, stabilize, and even your cells awaken to the message. A client once declared, "I now earn $15,000 a month." He believed it and could feel it, but on certain days, doubt still crept in around the edges. I advised him, set a timer. Every hour on the hour, speak the declaration, once is enough. Let it toll like a bell, becoming your personal song. He followed the instruction faithfully. By week's end, he reported, something is shifting. My stride has changed. I feel different. I'm no longer hoping I know. 2 weeks afterward, he received a single contract, paying $45,000, 3 months of income delivered at once. Not as the result of raw effort, but because his alignment synchronized with what he declared. His inner drumbeat came into sync with the rhythm of abundance. Faith is not established by a single act. It is forged in repetition again and again until it becomes your nature. The sunrise does not appear only once. The ocean does not send a single wave. The earth does not spin a single turn. Let your declarations echo the same unwavering rhythm. Repeat with me now, letting the cadence carry you. I declare daily. I remember who I am. I return to truth again and again. My words are steady. My vibration is consistent. I speak wealth with rhythm. I speak peace with rhythm. I speak abundance as a lifestyle, not a moment. Now visualize this scene with full presence. You stand holding a drum. With every beat, a word goes forth and vibrates reality. I receive. I am supplied. It is done. $10,000 now. Clients flow. Favor surrounds me. I do not chase, I attract. I rest in divine wealth. And you strike that cadence again, repeating the affirmation like a steady drumbeat. Again, returning to it without wavering or pause. Again, persisting until the rhythm lives in you. You are not performing for others. You repeat this for your own inner alignment and transformation, so that your subconscious mind, your spirit, and even your body at the cellular level align and affirm, this is my present identity. Allow me to reveal a sacred principle for your practice. The subconscious accepts as truth what it is exposed to consistently and repeatedly over time. A single statement functions merely as a suggestion too light to anchor belief. 2 repetitions plant a seed small yet capable of taking root. But with daily repetition, the message matures into identity, who you understand yourself to be. This is why Florence Scovel Shinn returned to affirmations continually. She recognized that repetition is the engine of recreation and inner remodeling. If fear, doubt, and scarcity were installed through repeated messages, then their replacements must likewise be built through repeated intentional statements. State your wealth affirmations as you would a prayer or a song, a rhythmic pattern your soul cannot forget. One woman even programmed her morning alarm so that her declaration played as the ringtone, I receive $8,000 a month with joy and ease. It greeted her as the first sound each day, setting the tone immediately. Within a few weeks, she reported, it no longer sounds unusual. It simply sounds true to me. This is the effect of repetition. It makes the extraordinary feel natural and expected. Therefore, let us establish a shared cadence of affirmation right now. Allow your voice to synchronize with your heartbeat, making word and rhythm one. Speak the following aloud, repeating after me with intention. I am the vessel of divine supply. I declare wealth with rhythm and fire. I do not stop at one. I continue beyond a single utterance. I do not speak and then forget. I hold and revisit my words. I speak and I remember, letting memory reinforce meaning. I remember and embody, allowing memory to become lived reality. I am wealthy. I am wealthy. I am wealthy. Wealth is integral to my identity, part of who I am at core. Wealth informs my manner of moving through the world, how I walk and carry myself. Wealth is what I bear within me, an ever-present quality I bring. Wealth is what I articulate and affirm with my words. I repeat it once more, reinforcing the pattern. I say it yet again, deepening the groove of belief. I continue to say it again, embedding it at every level of being. Let this repeated affirmation become your personal beat and cadence. Let this rhythm serve as your drum, a steady instrument guiding your day. Even when doubt arrives and knocks at your door, keep beating the drum of your declaration. Even if outer conditions lag behind, maintain the rhythm. Keep beating the drum, because this practice isn't about persuading the world outside you. It is instead about persuading and conditioning your own soul into certainty. And once your soul genuinely believes, it draws the manifestation into present reality. Therefore, I ask you, dear one, what specific daily wealth declaration will you adopt as your ongoing statement? Which exact phrase will function as your steady drumbeat? What chosen wording will anchor your focus, steady your emotions, and empower your actions? Choose that phrase consciously and deliberately. Speak it aloud with clarity and conviction. Repeat it consistently until it becomes reflexive. Allow it to become your pulse, constant, reliable, and life-giving. Dear beloved soul, become still for a moment. Allow the quiet rhythm of your breath to guide you into deeper awareness. Recognize you are not simply inhaling and exhaling, you are constructing something. You are not merely uttering words, you are actively forming and shaping reality. The wealth you desire is not external, neither trapped in markets nor secured in guarded vaults. It waits like a powerful river held back by the dam of your own declarations. Your voice serves as the key, your instrument, your means, the very hands of a potter that shape what will hold your abundance. Envision a potter at the wheel. The clay spins, moist, responsive, and ready. The hands move softly, but with deliberate intent. Each contact, each deliberate pressure enlarges and refines the form. The vessel does not appear passively. It emerges through rhythm, breath, and a conscious decision to shape it. Likewise, your speech functions as hands molding your wealth. Each sentence determines the curvature of your container. Every declaration raises the height of its walls. When you affirm, I am rich in divine supply, your vessel stretches wider. When you state, money flows to me in golden rivers, the vessel gains depth and strength. But when you utter, I don't know how I'll make it, your structure buckles, the rim constricts, and the base begins to shake. You are in every moment constructing the very container designed to hold your prosperity. Attend to this sacred principle. The universe is able to fill only what you have already formed and prepared. If your container is tiny, shaped by timid phrases, hesitant claims, and fear-laced affirmations, then only a thimbleful of wealth can enter. But when you speak with expansive boldness, letting your words transcend mere logic into the audaciously divine, your vessel enlarges. It pushes past imagined limits. What you architect in language, the universe then answers with tangible substance. Allow me to guide you into that expanded imagining. Close your eyes and picture a large table. On it rests a small teacup. This cup represents what your previous words have created, just enough room for a small sip of abundance. You affirmed just enough, and I don't need much, and thus a tiny cup is what your language produced. Yet now, something inside you awakens and begins to stir with desire and remembrance. You speak a new truth aloud. I was born for overflow. The teacup dissolves. Your voice, like a sculptor's hand, reshapes the form into a larger bowl. You affirm once more, I receive without limits. My income is unlimited, divine, and perpetual. The bowl expands even further, deeper and wider, transforming into a broad basin. I am a vessel for oceans of wealth. I command rivers of provision. The basin elongates and broadens into a gleaming golden bathtub, an opulent container radiant with possibility. And you keep declaring, I expand. I am infinite. I am worthy. I am a magnificent channel of divine circulation. The tub dissolves into an expansive lake. The lake swells until it becomes an ocean. You are no longer merely a container. You are the sea itself, limitless and abundant. This illustrates how your voice expands and magnifies capacity. Each utterance you make adds clay to your vessel or introduces fractures into it. The word is architect, artist, and alchemist at once. The word crystallizes as form. The word shapes destiny. Here is a vital secret. No word is empty or idle. Every phrase does something. Every expression, each sigh, every I can't, each, maybe one day, draws a blueprint. But you, beloved, are awake now. You will not be casual with your speech anymore. You are done being passive with your voice. You stand as the potter, shaping outcomes with intention. You are also the architect, drafting the plan with words. You are the vessel and the builder simultaneously, the form that forms itself. Therefore declare the following with me. Now I speak in vessels of glory. I speak in measurements of magnificence. I speak in terms of the infinite. My words are spacious. My phrases are royal. I no longer speak thimbles. I speak vaults. I no longer shape bowls. I build banks. I no longer whisper worry. I shout abundance. I speak in overflowing, overpouring, ever-expanding wealth. I speak large vessels. I expand now. And so it is sealed and established. Pause here. Notice the inner stretch as your capacity increases. Feel the metaphorical clay turning beneath your tongue. Recognize that your voice shapes the vessel and your word constructs the world in which you live. And now, type these exact words. I speak large vessels. I expand now. Let this statement be heard by the universe as clear consent for what you are prepared to welcome. Shall we proceed even deeper into this practice and knowing, having realized your voice is the vessel you must become, its vigilant guardian and steward? What benefit is there in constructing a majestic ship with gilded sails if careless words pierce holes in its hull and sink it? Your word functions as a wand. However, a wand demands disciplined use. It must not be brandished in fear, wielded with sarcasm, or let droop in defeatist talk. You must commit to speaking solely what you genuinely desire to manifest into form. Let us pause and sit reverently with this core truth. A spiritual law in divine science states you cannot affirm wealth while voicing lack in the same breath and still expect manifestation. You cannot nourish prosperity with maybe, if only, and what if it fails. Such phrases act like weeds. They choke the developing harvest. Allow me to illustrate this with a simple picture. Picture a garden where row after row of rich soil supports tender green shoots. This is your life in its current state. You have planted golden seeds with your speech, affirming, I am rich, and all that is mine by divine right now rushes to me. Buds have begun to appear, evidence of your declarations. Yet suddenly, from your own mouth comes language that contradicts the growth. I can't afford that. This always happens to me. I'm broke until payday. Money doesn't grow on trees. Each of those phrases hits the fragile roots like a blow. Each word casts shadow where sunlight should fall. Every limiting utterance summons drought in the place where you had previously summoned rain. Therefore, you must begin a fast, a deliberate abstinence from language that undermines your harvest. Yes, a fast of words, a sacred discipline of speech, as the body detoxifies by abstaining from harmful substances, so your life becomes purified by abstaining from speech that contradicts and corrodes your divine inheritance. Therefore, beloved, I invite you into a loving discipline. For the next 72 hours, speak only the reality you wish to see appear. You will likely feel tempted to narrate current appearances. Resist that urge. Speak only what you desire to see. You have retired from commentary. You now stand as a creator. Let us practice the transmutation of language together in this moment. When the old habit of speech tries to assert itself and says, "I can't afford that," you respond with the following aligned statement. My wealth expands daily. I choose how I circulate money. When the larger world around you insists, this economy is terrible, you answer with an assertion of truth. I do not participate in fear. I live under divine economy. My wealth is eternal. When your fear leans in to whisper, "What if I fail?" you respond aloud with a counter decree. I was born for this. Everything I touch turns to gold. When anxiety tries to bait you with doubt, I don't know where it will come from. You smile gently and reply with certainty, I don't need to know how. I only need to know who. Divine supply never fails me. This is your authority not to echo the world's fear, but to declare the sovereign atmosphere of your own kingdom. As Florence Scovel Shinn taught, if you do not run your subconscious mind, someone else will. The subconscious is directed through repetition, fortified by belief, and molded by the steady drip of consistent words. Therefore, assume mastery over your language and guard it diligently. Your voice ceases to be a faucet that leaks doubt. It becomes a flowing fountain of visible demonstration. Let every sentence support your vision, every phrase sketch a paradise, every breath be intentional in its purpose. Speak the following decrees aloud. Right now I speak with precision. I speak only that which I wish to live. My mouth is an altar. My words are holy instruments. I no longer describe my fears, I declare my future. I no longer rehearse struggle, I rehearse success. My tongue is aligned with truth. I speak the language of wealth, peace, ease, and overflow. I am the voice of manifestation. Notice the inner ascent clarity, increasing confidence, strengthening, and a calm, steady command filling your voice. You are entering the domain of deliberate, intentional speech. You are choosing a fast from doubt and contradiction. You are feeding on faith, nourished by belief and alignment. Whenever you feel tempted to voice lack, pause. Remember, silence surpasses contradiction. It is better to remain quiet than to unravel the miracle you have set in motion. Now, let us engage in a sacred practice together. Inhale deeply. Then identify one recurring phrase you often say that undermines your divine wealth, perhaps something subtle, habitual, and easily overlooked. It might sound like any of the following: I'm so unlucky. That's too expensive. With my luck, this always happens to me. Choose that phrase now and pull it like a weed from the garden of your vocabulary. Today, it ends no more usage. Replace it immediately with empowering alternatives such as, everything is always working out for me. I am rich in every realm. I am aligned with divine provision. Let this conscious substitution mark a true turning point for you. Share the specific phrase you're eliminating starting today so we can witness your linguistic breakthrough and bless your new way of speaking. You will no longer tolerate casual contradictions in your speech. You stand as the speaker and author of your destiny. And so it is sealed and affirmed. Now that your voice has been purified and your speech brought into alignment, we enter the inner chamber where precision rules and clarity directs creation. In the landscape of manifestation, vagueness functions as a built-in delay. Spiritual law cannot assemble outcomes that have not been stated with crisp clarity and exactness. Receive this sacred axiom. Specificity is not nitpicking. It is the literal instructions set you hand to the unseen. If you declare, "I want more money," the universe can satisfy that with a single dollar, technically more. But if you state, "I received $25,000 this month through joyful divine channels," heaven has a detailed brief. You have supplied divine intelligence with a working blueprint that specifies amount, timing, and tone. Allow me to illustrate this principle with a simple parable. Imagine a brilliant architect eager to build the mansion you desire. When asked for specifications, you answer, "Something nice. Maybe big. I'm not sure, just not small." The architect smiles, but progress halts. No dimensions, no materials list, no elevations, no map to build from. A palace cannot be constructed from maybe. It demands measurements, faith translated into concrete measurable details. The identical law governs wealth and provision. Vagueness masquerades as humility, but in truth, it is avoidance. A hedge born of fearing you'll appear too much, fearing possible disappointment, fearing that naming your desire boldly could somehow disqualify you. You were never sent to be indistinct. You are here to be vivid, explicit, and unmistakably clear. Clarity is not crass materialism. Clarity is a creative act that shapes substance. Therefore, let us commence drafting your wealth blueprint with intention. Take your journal in hand, settle into stillness, and listen inwardly to spirit rather than outwardly to current conditions. Now respond with fearless specificity and precision. What precise monthly income do you choose to receive? State the exact figure without rounding or hedging. I receive $9 per month. Through which joyful channels shall this income flow? Name them clearly and unapologetically. This flows through coaching, design, royalties, divine surprises, etc. For what sacred purposes will this income be directed? State the intents and allocations plainly. This wealth supports investments, home freedom, tithing, beauty, healing. How does this reality feel in your nervous system and heart? Name the felt texture of it. It feels secure, liberating, abundant, flowing, miraculous, inevitable. Speak your answers out loud now. Let your voice etch the blueprint into the unseen with authority. Let us model the process together. Line by line, I now receive $30,000 per month through joyful, soul-aligned coaching, royalty payments, and divine channels. This income supports my peace, my savings, my luxury, and my sacred giving. It feels flowing easy, radiant, and deeply aligned with who I truly am. Repeat the declaration again, this time with embodied conviction, speaking as one for whom it is already fact, because in spirit, it already is. Specific speech triggers the law of recognition. Your awareness starts noticing matches to your command. The subconscious, compelled by detail, begins scanning and selecting for precisely what you have described. Allow me to offer a concrete example as evidence. A woman once penned the following exact line in her journal: "I receive $15,000 per month through aligned writing contracts and unexpected divine favor." She inscribed it daily, spoke it aloud each morning, and infused it with feeling, blessing the words with genuine emotion. Within 14 days, 2 paid writing offers arrived totaling $16,000, one from a client absent for 3 years, and another from a complete stranger who said they felt led to hire her. Such outcomes demonstrate the power of naming the form with clarity. Specificity does not attempt to micromanage the how. It unequivocally establishes the what to be fulfilled. You need not instruct the divine on mechanisms. Your task is to name the light the result you choose to receive. Therefore, write it down with precision. Speak it aloud with authority and steadiness. Type it and place it where you will see it often, on screens, notes, and reminders. Permit your wealth vision to take concrete shape through repeated articulation. Declare the following lines aloud now without shrinking. I am precise in my prosperity. I am detailed in my declarations. My words draw blueprints in divine dimensions. The more specific I am, the more speed I summon. My clarity is magnetic. My vision is loud. My instructions are unmistakable. I name my income. I name my source. I name my overflow. And it is so sealed, settled, established. Now pause and sense the potency that comes from precisely naming your wealth. Feel the energy shift in your body. Recognize this is no longer a vague dream. It is an issued order, a commissioned outcome. You have filed the blueprint. Spiritual contractors are mobilizing. Doors are rehinging into alignment. Channels are being cleared for flow. From here, keep voicing what you have written again and again until it becomes so familiar within you that the outer world mirrors it by necessity. Understand that words assemble the structural walls that house wealth, and you, beloved one, are the architect who has drafted the plans with your speech. Therefore now, share your wealth blueprint, write it boldly with exact figures, channels, and intentions. Let this space serve as your declaration, ground your construction site, your sacred financial altar. You are precise and specific by choice. You are sovereign over your speech and your stance. You are the speaker whose words carry substance and create structures. And so it is amen to your clarity and command. Draw nearer now, beloved soul, closer than mere belief, nearer than exertion. Let us return not by striving forward or climbing upward, but by journeying inward. For wealth is not a far-off place to arrive at. It is a living memory awaiting your remembrance. You were never truly separated from it. You simply forgot that you are its very source and channel. Allow me to guide you back not to a particular date, but to a state of knowing. To a time before fear learned to speak, before doubt learned to stand, when you were untamed by limits and alive with wonder. Can you remember that place you were a child, barefoot, radiant, unstoppable? You entered rooms as though joy naturally belonged to you. You spoke of castles, and no one mocked you. You imagined treasure, and no one shamed you. You inhabited the world of course, not the hesitation of maybe. You simply knew. Along the path, the world's noise softened that knowing. Adult voices insisted, be realistic. Bills murmured, there's not enough. The mirror demanded, work harder. And the spirit, once regal and luminous, compressed itself to fit the cage of survival. Yet hear this clearly. The millionaire within you never departed. That presence has been waiting, quietly and patiently, waiting in the chambers of your true name, encoded in the DNA of your destiny, resting in the gold-lined vault of your soul. You are not slowly becoming wealthy. You are recalling the wealth of who you already are. Wealth is not a costume you try on. It is your original garment. It is the crown you set aside to blend in the throne you abandoned to seem practical, the palace you boxed up to survive the village. But now, your royal memory awakens and returns. Close your eyes and picture it vividly now. You are seated upon your throne, not fantasized, but rightfully inherited. Golden light drapes you like silk. Your spine is upright, not from strain, but remembrance. You do not bend under doubt's weight, for you refuse to carry what was never yours. Upon your head rests the crown of knowing, and etched upon that crown are the words I always was. I always was powerful. I always was worthy. I always was chosen. I always was abundant. Repeat this with me now. I always was. I always was the millionaire. I always was the magnet. I always was the open gate of divine supply. I always was the one. This is not arrogance. This is alignment with truth. The authentic millionaire energy is not noisy, it is luminous. Not desperate, it is decided. Not hustling, it is already home. Because the inner millionaire does not chase, they call things forth. They do not plead to persuade. They speak and command. They do not perform for approval. They stand in possession. Let us descend even deeper into this awareness. Place your hand gently over your heart. Speak the following slowly and deliberately. I remember now. I am the frequency of wealth. I do not try, I tune. I do not push, I permit. I do not force, I flow. I am already who I once believed I needed to become. My abundance is not postponed to the future. It is my present foundation. You may notice a warm rising in your chest, your spirit reclaiming territory, your truth reseating itself upon its throne. You are no longer a beggar lingering outside the gate. You are the very builder of the gates. You no longer knock, you command them to open. This is the essence of the millionaire identity. It does not speak in someday language. It speaks right now. Thus, I invite you to walk as one who remembers, not one who wonders, not one who waits. Walk as though you already have been this all along. Walk like the child who still trusts in magic, combined with the majesty of a queen who knows it is hers by right. Say the following with a deep breath and boldness. I reclaim my millionaire spirit. I speak from the throne, not from the floor. I decree from identity, not insecurity. I allow from truth, not tension. My voice is not a wish, it is a return. I return to overflow. I return to worthiness. I return to the self that always knew. I am, I was, I always will be. Abundance made flesh. Take a slow, full breath. Draw that truth into your lungs, and on the exhale, release all pretense and performance. You were never required to earn what was already your nature. The only task was to remember and reclaim what you have always been. And now, comment, I reclaim my millionaire spirit. Allow your true identity to voice aloud the knowledge your spirit has carried all along, giving sound and shape to that enduring inner certainty. You are not chasing after wealth through strain. You are making your way back to a native state that has always belonged to you. And so it is. Since you have recalled your original nature, an inner millionaire and sacred heir, it is now time to reclaim the central instrument with which your dominion is exercised. Your voice, the primary tool, conduit, and command center of your sovereignty. Leave no room for confusion. Your voice itself functions as your throne, the seat from which you rule your reality. You need no velvet cushion or gilded attire. The very act of speaking with divine precision seats you in authentic power as surely as any crown or regalia. Florence Scovel. Shinn taught man's word is his wand filled with magic and power. Thus you are crowned not merely with memory, but with real authority, and authority in practice is the capacity and right to issue decrees that shape outcomes. Let us clarify the sacred significance of a decree so you wield it with full understanding and intention. A decree is never a mere request or polite appeal. It operates on a higher register. Nor is it a plea for permission or favor. It stands above supplication. It is not some wavering hint breathed shyly into the void. It is far more forceful than a tentative suggestion. No, absolutely not. A decree constitutes a spiritual command, clear, decisive, and binding upon the form it addresses. It is a pronouncement issued from inner certainty, not from doubt or hesitation. It is voiced from the throne of I am, from identity-rooted authority that does not waver. When a queen decrees, she neither polls for consensus nor petitions for approval. She does not question her worthiness. Her utterance is law, and reality reorganizes accordingly. It must be likewise with you. Your word is to function as binding instruction in your domain. You are graduating from mere affirmations to authoritative decrees, from tentative hope to unapologetic declaration, from simple, wanting to lived embodiment of what you say. Let us commence with a consecrated visualization to anchor your practice. Envision yourself enthroned high above worldly clamor, situated within a realm of luminous divine clarity, where your vision is unobstructed. Spread out before you is your kingdom wealth's palace, opportunities, gardens, and fields of abundant provision. In your right hand rests a sword, unlike any other, a blade of speech. Each word wielded from this seat cuts channels in reality, shaping form and outcome. This marks your final decree ritual, the culminating practice of sovereign speech. Now speak these lines with deliberate breath and regal bearing, embodying the royalty of your soul as you decree, I am the voice of abundance. I decree money loves me, finds me, follows me. I decree divine income flows to me from multiple joyful channels. I decree overflow is normal. I decree luxury is my portion. I decree I do not hustle, I magnetize. I decree every debt is dissolved in divine timing. I decree I am wealthy now, not later. I decree surprise income delights me daily. I decree I live in the rhythm of wealth. I decree my voice opens doors, gates, and floodgates. I decree I am trusted with riches. I decree I circulate wealth with joy, ease, and elegance. I decree my cup overflows. I decree I rise as the demonstration of divine supply. I decree, and it is done. Sense the resonance of what you have just spoken. Feel the energetic click as your decree lands and aligns. Understand this has moved beyond the realm of generic self-help into something weightier. This is spiritual governance, lawful administration of your life by the authority of your word. Your voice rules your kingdom, and that kingdom is not symbolic but material. Your cells respond, conditions reconfigure, and unseen forces orient themselves to obey the decree issued by your enthroned spirit. Whatever you decree in faith is echoed back by the universe, with amplified force returning to you in visible form. Allow me to illustrate with a compelling example that makes this principle tangible. A woman declared daily, I decree unexpected checks come to me in divine timing. Within 10 days, she received a $300 refund from a long-forgotten source. The accompanying letter read, "This money has been waiting for you," confirming her decree in concrete terms. Her decree activated remembrance in the field of supply. The provision, as if awakened, found its way back to her. Your voice does more than sculpt what lies ahead. It calls forth long dormant good that had been overlooked or delayed. You might wonder, what if I decree and see no immediate change? Did anything occur at all? Dear one, be assured something unfailingly happens the instant your decree is released. Every decree is a seed by nature, and seeds capitulate to growth laws. They require time and proper conditions to emerge. Certain seeds sprout swiftly, others need days. Still, others break through seemingly impenetrable concrete after silent weeks. Yet the very moment you speak, you have planted, and the unseen machinery of the universe begins its labor. Join me in affirming the following decrees to fix your stance. I no longer speak casually. I no longer joke about lack. I no longer rehearse failure. I sit upon the throne of my word. I decree wealth, and wealth obeys. I decree provision, and provision pours. I decree my legacy, and it begins now. Let us seal this moment with one final spiritual activation, an intentional closing rite to anchor your authority. Place your hand upon your chest, and with reverent steadiness, speak the following lines aloud. I am the speaker of divine law. I am the vessel of heavenly instruction. I am the queen of my economy. I am the king of my abundance. My words function as both gavel and gospel judgment and proclamation combined. Whatever I decree manifests and takes visible form. Whatever I speak transforms into lived reality. My voice serves as my enthroned seat of power and governance. I choose to speak only those realities I intend to rule and experience, and so it is established in authority, and so it is affirmed again for certainty, and so it is sealed a third time in completion. Now, dear one, the time has come to let your voice sound publicly with confidence. Share your wealth decree openly, post it where it can be witnessed. Allow your voice to be heard across realms, seen and unseen, so it reverberates widely. Let the atmosphere of your kingdom resound with the unmistakable tone of your certainty. You are not a beggar appealing from lack. You are not a mere wisher hoping without authority. You are not a passive bystander watching life happen. You are the sovereign speaker whose word shapes realms. You embody the royal decree itself, living law in motion. And it is done, completed in spirit. And now, beloved soul, we arrive at the sacred closing of this rite. Let this moment be the gentle exhale that follows your thunderous decree, a calming seal. Let this be the moment where we cease pressing the seed deeper and instead water it with peace, patience, and praise-filled gratitude. You have spoken your word with authority. You have given shape and structure with your language. You have summoned resources and aligned forces to your cause. And now grasp this fully. The word does not return empty. It always accomplishes purpose. This claim is not mere poetry. It is a statement of divine law and consistent operation. Every utterance, affirmation, decree, every softly spoken I am has moved into the unseen to assemble form. It may not be visible yet, but it is irreversible. The process is underway. Recall the garden image we held earlier. Let it return to your awareness. We revisit it now, not as sowers, but as harvesters ready to gather what has grown. Walk with me through the fields that your words have brought forth. Notice the gold-laden branches, the checks ripening like fruit, the homes realized, the restored accounts, the prayers matured and ready. These outcomes did not appear because you strained or overworked. They have appeared because you spoke with authority and alignment. Each sentence functioned as a seed, every phrase as a planting. The instant you declared in faith, the clock toward harvest began ticking. Remember, however, harvest rarely arrives with a shout. It tends to whisper its arrival. It often comes quietly through aligned conversations, inner nudges to check an email, invitations that seem coincidental, yet are divinely arranged through forgotten checks, timely refunds, rising favor, and an easeful flow. Therefore, refrain from declaring, "It hasn't happened yet." Instead, affirm, "It is already happening, and I am now seeing it unfold." For faith does not wait passively for proof. Faith generates the very evidence it expects. Speak these lines with me now to anchor your stance. My words are alive. My declarations are divine blueprints. My speech is spiritual architecture. I have spoken, and manifestation must appear accordingly. I have sown, and now I step into harvest. Not a single faith-filled word I've said is wasted or lost. Every word returns bearing wealth and increase. Pause intentionally and take a deep breath. Allow this truth to sink all the way into your bones and anchor itself within you. You have no need to repeat from anxiety, nor to force or rush the harvest. You are not pleading with the soil to recall your planting. You stand in expectation because you understand the law and embody that very law in living form. Florence Scovel Shinn wrote, "Every great work, every big accomplishment has been brought into manifestation through holding to the vision, and often just bore the big achievement comes apparent failure and discouragement. Therefore, if you feel yourself wobble, if quiet follows your bold decree, do not call it failure. Recognize it as fertilization and rooting. You would not unearth a seed simply because growth takes time. Instead, you water it, bless it with a smile, and affirm, 'I know you are on your way.'" Let that become your steady posture from this moment forward. Rise inwardly with me once more, one concluding time. Speak the following lines with reverence and presence. I trust my voice. I trust the law. I trust the timing. I trust the invisible. I trust the return. I speak only once, and I believe steadfastly until it appears. I no longer inhabit delay. I live in the rhythm of divine delivery. My word never returns void or empty. My harvest is certain and inevitable. Allow this closing invocation to flow over you and through you. Every word I have spoken today has been heard clearly. Every decree I issued today has been encoded in gold, marked for fulfillment. Each affirmation I embrace today has already begun its divinely ordered journey into my experience. I release all of it now with full-hearted trust. I move forward in a state of grounded peace. I open my arms in welcome rather than opening doubts. I choose to live as the person who has already received, because in truth, I already have. It is done. It is done. It is done. Now softly and beautifully raise your voice one final time in this sacred session. Speak from inner stillness as you say, "If this blessed me, I share it forward." The word multiplies when spoken and shared. Allow your word to bless others and let your wealth expand through your voice. The more you speak it, the more it returns, and the more you share it, the wider it circulates. You are no longer merely in study. That phase has passed. You are actively living and embodying the word you speak. You have moved beyond simple hoping or wishing. You are gathering the harvest that your word has produced. And now you proceed as the word embodied, as wealth, wealth in motion. And so it is sealed and affirmed. And so it is restated in strength. And so it is declared a third time in completion,